All right, on these problems, we're just going to continue this assignment. So this is equal to 7. I need to move it over. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. And so I have 3p squared plus 11p. And that's going to be minus 144 equals 0. Just take your calculator and do negative 137 minus 7. You get negative 144. So the opposite of b, plus and minus radical b squared is 121 minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So negative 11 plus and minus. Figure out what that number is. So 121 minus 4 times 3 times negative 144 is radical 1849. Square root of that is 43. And 2 times 3 is 6. So then negative 11 plus 43 is going to be a positive 32 divided by 6. Those are both even, so you could punch it in your calculator and change it to a fraction. But if they're both even, I'm going to divide them both by 2, and I get 16 over 3, and then that doesn't reduce anymore, so I'm done. Then negative 11 minus 43 is negative 54 divided by 6 is a negative 9. And if you don't know that, if you don't know your times tables, just take negative 54 divided by 6, and you'll see that you get negative 9. Okay, on number 8, I need to start by adding 2 to both sides. So I have 2b squared plus 3b minus 2 equals 0. So negative b plus or minus radical b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Negative 3 plus or minus, and I do 9. I would do plus 16, okay? But if you don't see that, then do minus 4 times 2 times negative 2, and you're going to get 25. And so the square root of 25 is regular 5. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? So then negative 3 plus 5 is 2, divided by 4 is 1/2. And negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8, divided by 4 is negative 2. Number 9 doesn't need to have anything added or subtracted. It just needs to be moved over to the other side. I only have 3 things. I have an x squared term, I have an x term, and I have a number, but I've got to get everything on one side and set it equal to 0. So it's going to become 9x squared plus 2x plus 8 equals 0. Because when you move that over, it becomes positive. And then when you move the 8 over, it becomes positive. Because what you're really doing is adding 8 to both sides and adding 2x to both sides. So now we're ready for the quadratic formula. Negative 2 plus or minus radical b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And I can tell this number is going to be a lot bigger than 4, so it's going to be no solution. But if you plug it in your calculator, you're going to get 4 minus 4 times 9 times 8, and you get a negative 284 in your square root. So that means there is no solution to this problem. Okay, so this one, you're going to make it 6x squared plus x minus 100 equals 0. Because you're going to move the, oh, sorry, you can't see that. You're going to move the x over, changing it from negative to positive, and you're going to move the 100 over, changing it from positive to negative. So then this is a 1, so b is equal to 1. So negative 1 plus or minus radical b squared, because 1 squared is 1, minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So this is going to be 1 plus 2400. But if you don't see that, 1 minus 4 times 6 times negative 100 is going to be the square root of 2401. And the square root of that is 49. So this is going to be negative 1 plus and minus 49 all over 12. Negative 1 plus 49 is positive 48 divided by 12 is 4. Negative 1 minus 49 is negative 50 divided by 12. That needs to be reduced because they're both even. So if I cut them both in half, I get negative 25 over 6. And now nothing goes into both of those. Like 5 goes into 25, but it doesn't go into 6. 2 goes into 6, but it doesn't go into 25. So that's lowest terms. Okay, 2 more. So I just need to move the 5 over. So I have 4x squared minus x minus 5 equals 0. So my b is equal to negative 1. So my b squared is equal to positive 1. So negative b is a positive 1, plus and minus radical b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Take your calculator. I would do plus 16 times 5, which is going to be 81. But you can do 1 minus 4 times negative 5, gives you that. 1 plus and minus 9, because the square root of 81 is 9, and 2 times 4 is 8. So 1 plus 9 is 10 over 8, which reduces to 5/4. And 1 minus 9 is negative 8, divided by 8 is negative 1. Last one, x squared plus x, because I need to move it over. And when you move it over, it changes sign. It's like adding x to both sides. The negative 2 is on the right place, so you don't have to move it or change its sign. So then a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to negative 2. So negative b plus or minus radical b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Negative 1, and then put this in your calculator. You're going to get 9. So you have the square root of 9. So that's 3 divided by 2. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4, divided by 2 is negative 2. Okay, so that is how, you should do your problems the first 12. So hopefully this cleared up any misunderstandings you had, and we will do more of this when we get back to class.